Hello, my name is Atsin and I'm going to talk about the fashion. Think about the clothes you are wearing right now. Why did you choose to buy these clothes and why did you choose to wear them today? Like most people, you probably choose them for several reasons. Perhaps you bought these clothes for the price. Perhaps you are wearing them because you feel comfortable. Or, however, it is also likely that there was another important influence in your clothes, the style and the styles that are popular now. Fashion influences the choices we made in shoes, jewelry, hairstyles, and especially in clothes. Clothes are more than a way to cover our bodies or to stay warm and dry. They help us to express our personal identities, that is, they tell other people how we want them to see us. An old Nog writer argues that clothes are a kind of language. They always send a message, and she expressed in this way to choose clothes either in a store or at home is to describe and define ourselves. Clothing design has described us and defined us throughout history. In earlier times, clothing provided a lot of information about people who wore clothing. It showed where they were from, their jobs, their social class, and sometimes even their religion. Until the 19th century, clothing continued to signal differences, especially in social class. The working class wore clothes that were easy to move in, and they were designed for cycle labor. In contrast, the clothes of the elite often restrict movement. They were designed for leisure, and their clothes sent a very clear message that the people wearing them did not do any hard work. The history of women's clothing is another good example of the powerful message that clothing can send. Traditionally, women's fashion were often designed to prevent them from doing cycle work. This message was not limited to clothing. Long, painted fingernails sent a similar message of leisure. In China, until the early 20th century, it was a fashion for healthy women to find to bind their feet so that the feet would stay very small, and this process also made it difficult for them to walk, and it clearly showed that they did not need to work. Slowly, women's fashion began to change. During World War One, women in many countries had to go to work for the first time because men were fighting in the war. Women safely they need a style of clothes that was different from the long full dresses full dresses that were common at the time, so many of them began to wear pants, and many women still choose to wear pants. However, some women's fashion, such as short skirts and high heeled shoes, still make it difficult for women to work and move freely. Today, fashion moved from the top down and from the bottom up. Celebrities and the media play a significant role in the popularity of new fashion and in how rapidly these fashion are adopted by the public. Consumers see new fashion on television and on the internet, and soon they can find choices fashion at their local mall. Finally, it is important to emphasize the role of business in fashion trends. Most consumers get rid of their clothes even when the clothes are still usable, and they buy new clothes because they want them, not they really need it. Clothing business could fall. This business need to pursue it consumes and they should buy new and different time. Today, fashion moved from the top down and from the bottom up. Celebrities and the media play a significant role in the popularity of new fashion and in how rapidly these fashion are adopted by the public. Consumers see new fashion on television and on the internet, and soon they can find choices fashion at their local mall. Finally, it is important to emphasize the role of business in fashion trends. Most consumers get rid of their clothes even when the clothes are still usable, and they buy new clothes because they want them, not they really need it. Clothing business could fall. This business need to pursue it consumes and they should buy new and different time.